Hello and welcome to another Building Clouds blog video demonstration. This one's all about Cascading Dependencies and Orchestrator Integration Toolkit IPs. More specifically, the Windows Azure integration pack that I just recently posted a blog post on with examples and stuff. But I wanted to break this out specifically because Cascading Dependencies is a new option for you if you're building integration packs with OIT, or Orchestrator Integration Toolkit. The example here is all about the Azure Integration Pack. So, my name is Charles Joy. I'm a Senior Program Manager with the TED team. The agenda is simple, just an instructional demonstration on the Azure Integration Pack as it relates to Cascading Dependencies. The instructional demo components: System Center 2012 SP1 Orchestrator, Orchestrator Integration Pack for Windows Azure, which shipped with SP1. Windows Azure you're not really going to see, but it's related. And of course everything's running on Windows Server 2012. On to the demo. So I'm going to walk you through Windows Azure IP. It's unlike any other, well, to date. Cascading Dependencies.
So Cascading Dependencies is the ability to, I choose from field A something, field B is then dependent on that, field C is then dependent on those choices. So that didn't exist previously. So in the VMM IP or any other IP, you choose something and you choose something else. They may not be compatible. You kick it off and whatever, it may not work. But this now will restrict your movement essentially on what you can do. So I'm going to pop back over and show you what I mean real quick. While we're over here, I'm just going to create a new runbook. I'm going to put a Windows Azure, let's look at Azure Storage. I just dragged one out, and you can see here, there's so many IPs in here you can't see all the activities very easily. There's not many activities in here. But for each one of those activities, I get, 10 or 15 actions. So that's what Cascading Dependencies mean. The first place they use Cascading Dependencies, if I open this up, choose my subscription or my connection, choose an activity within this activity. Exciting. Look at all that stuff. Now, I prefer this view because if you look at the VMM IP, you're going to scroll for 3 weeks before you find the letters in the back half of the alphabet. But here, these are specific to storage, and these are the actions that I can take with this storage activity. So, and that's why I wanted to build runbooks that prescribe what you should do, because this is kind of, you'd be lost in all these activities. Here's 5 activities, good luck. That's why I wanted to give you some prescriptive guidance on what to use when and which choices to choose. So I can use list blob, put in my storage account name, and I don't have that off the top of my head. Storage, container name, one of my containers. Obviously, you'd want to pass this information in. You wouldn't want to, hard code it. But look, I've had that information in here. What if I didn't want list blob? What if I wanted to delete blob? Well, that stuff's still filled in. It's going to leverage different fields. This action needs the blob name, right? So that's what Cascading Dependencies is. I choose something, and then I get a result set. And then if you have optional ones, they'll be in the optional button. This is brand new for OIT and for SP1. Previous to that, all CIC or OIT-based integration packs did not have cascading dependencies, and we were locked to, here's a bunch of fields. Yeah. So this is brand new functionality they used for Azure IP, and I think they used it well because they categorized the actions and made activities after them, and then you choose what you want. The only problem with it is, if you got to be aware that if you do change it, it's going to remove some of the data and stuff like that. It's just you got to be careful. You'll get used to it once you play around with it.
In summary, well, I don't have a lot to summarize, but I do want to pitch the Building Clouds blog, where you may have found this, unless you found it on YouTube. So that's http://aka.ms/buildingclouds. And please follow us on Twitter at building_clouds. I hope you enjoyed.